Hey guys, what's up? So the next poem I'm going to be reading is poem 842, and this is called Colors on the Statue. Art is Subjective. This poem brought back a lot of memories. It's a second part to one of the first poems I ever wrote, which was called Stained Glass Statue. I wrote it when I was 17. It was so memorable to me because it was a poem that my brother actually interpreted into a painting. That's why in this poem the exhibit is in a gallery. This poem is subjective because it has so many different meanings, especially from the perspective of the reader or the person looking at all the art. Colors on the statue. Art is subjective. Alone I am on a Sunday afternoon, walking around a museum with a glass of red wine in my hand. The art was fairly good, but none of the pieces really spoke to me. I was hoping for a connection, a personal connection, the kind of relationship I usually have with poetry. I stay a little longer, glancing at the other exhibits, but nothing powerful enough for me to feel something. Well, it was getting late and my glass was empty, and I thought it was time for me to head back home. I handed my glass to one of the gentlemen walking around working the function. On my way to the door of the gallery, a man stopped me. I told him I was in a rush, but he kept talking, and apparently he was the artist. What an honor to meet the creator of all the pieces. Even though I didn't appreciate his work as maybe the other people around, I still respected him for his eye and for his imagination. He told me he had something to show me. I was a little confused, but I nodded my head okay. He walked straight ahead. I followed his footsteps to the back. People watched him and I. They kept whispering God knows what. Finally, we made it to the far end, where there was a sign that read, "Do not enter beyond this point." He moved the sign. I, intrigued, wondered what he was going to show me, and we walked into another room, a darker one. It was completely empty, and then he hit a switch, and in the middle of the room there was broken pieces of glass. This was once a statue of a woman. You can tell by the face on the ground the colors looked like a prism and reflected from the window above. I moved closer to the exhibit and kneeled down to take a better look at the face. Her features were delicate and peaceful, and for a minute, when I looked into her eyes, I felt something surreal. I felt shivers all over my body. I felt all the emotions in the universe. He smiled as he looked at me, knowing that he had impressed me, and said, "Sad, huh?" I smiled too, but said, "No, not at all. I would say beautiful."